Hey guys, welcome to our review of Justice League issue number 11. In the last issue of Justice League, we learned more about our new villain, Graves, and that he has a hatred towards the Justice League, blaming the whole League itself on his whole entire family's death. And then we also learned more about the League, learning that each and every single entire member of the League don't know a lot about each other, though they are friends and though they work with each other as a group. They don't know each other on a personal basis, so they're not really that close. Besides, Batman, Superman hanging out with each other, being BFFs, and just doing missions, with each other without the League themselves from time to time. But we learned that some of them are also insecure about their secret identity or personal information about themselves, and we learned that this could be a potential downfall for the whole entire League because they don't even know each other that well after so many years. And after that, we see the new villain Graves come along and attacks all the League members, and that's where issue number 11 picks up off. We open up with all the League members down on the ground or up in the air, and they're still being attacked by Graves' superpowers or whatever, and basically they all see a vision of a past that they despair or regret in their life. Like Bruce, feels despair from his parents' death. Superman feels despair from Jonathan Kent's heart attack, and Hal Jordan, regrets not being able to save his father, and so on and so on. But yeah, afterwards, we opened up with Graves actually visiting Steve Trevor's sister, and basically they have a conversation with one another. We learn more about Graves, saying that actually when the Justice League comes along and talks to Steve's sister, we learn more about Graves actually as well. We learn that his real name, of course, is David Graves, and that he was actually a book writer. Like I said, he wrote the book for the Justice League. Not this book, but a book inside the Justice League comic book. And he wrote it, and basically he was in Metropolis when Darkseid attacked. So he was actually the guy who was running with his family, and when Darkseid's Omega Beam came along and vaporized the kids and basically his wife, that's basically what happened. And that's really interesting to actually have that happen. But going along, when the Justice League actually visits Steve's sister, she gets really upset because after Graves, visited her and telling her that, oh, I have Steve, and I don't know what's going to happen to him. He could be dead, he could be alive, I don't know. And she's really upset about this because she starts blaming Wonder Woman. She blames Wonder Woman that, he wouldn't be in this mess if you never got close to him. If you guys never ever dated each other, you guys have never had feelings for each other, Steve wouldn't be in this mess. You did this, and now he could be dead because of you, blaming Wonder Woman. And because of this, Wonder Woman gets really, really upset at the fact that she does blame herself. She feels so bad that Steve is gone, or she doesn't even know the fate of Steve. And we do learn about, what happens to him later on in this issue. But as of now, Wonder Woman is really upset, and the whole entire group is upset at the same time, but Wonder Woman wants to do this on her own, which causes a sort of breakout between the whole League, between Wonder Woman and Hal, as she tries to walk away to deal with this whole entire mess by herself, but then Hal Jordan says, no, we have to work as a team, and Batman saying that, no, Graves did not attack you, Wonder Woman. He attacked all of us. This is basically what he wants us to do. He wants us to fall apart, break apart, so he can break us one by one or defeat us. Well, that's what I'm thinking here. And basically Wonder Woman fights Green Lantern, Superman, and everybody else in the League until Aquaman calms both of them down, saying that, okay, we need to do this, okay? I know Steve means a lot to you, Wonder Woman, but, all in all, we have to work as a team to save him, or to save the world, or whatever, this is what we're supposed to do. This is what we're here to do. And, yeah, they get teleported to the Valley of Spirits, where, David Graves got his powers and turned into Graves the villain. And that's basically it. They go visit the valley, and then later on they see the Valley of Spirits as spirits from their past that, like I said, important people in their lives. Like Batman sees, his parents, and Superman sees, Jonathan Kent and whatnot, and so on and so on. Each League member sees a ghost from their past. And we also see one more special thing here. But don't want to spoil for you. Hopefully you guys already picked this up because it's been a long time and I haven't even done a review on this yet. But hopefully you guys have picked it up yet, or if you just want to know what I think about this issue. But later on we also see another Shazam storyline, well, continued, and it's getting better. It really is getting better. We see more Black Adam in this, as he was revealed in the last issue, and also we learn, finally we get Billy Batson into the train to see the Wizard. Now, I actually see some good in Billy Batson, as when he was trying to wreck those brothers and, brothers' cars or whatever, those like really jerk brothers at their school, and they were just trying to get back at them. I did see some good in Billy Batson, as he says, he pushes, I forgot what his name, the guy with the crutches, the kid with the crutches, pushes him in the bush and says, you can't run away, so I'll take cover for you. While I distract him, you escape. And that's something then that Billy Batson was kind enough to do, even though it seems logical. It still seems that he does care, that, okay, I don't want you to get caught. He could have just ran away by himself and just been like, screw you, jerk. I'm gonna go by myself. Bye. See you later, fuckers, But, yeah, I took that from Two Best Friends Playing. But, yeah, all in all, I thought this issue was interesting and really good. The only part that actually sort of threw me off was the fact of, Wonder Woman getting really, really upset over Steve Trevor. Now I know it's been building up that they do have tension with one another, and they used to be together and whatnot, and Wonder Woman turned him down. But I felt like maybe there was something better for us to see them start breaking apart. But even so, we are actually seeing this team sort of potentially have its fall in this whole entire story arc, where they will break off as a team, or they will be really upset at each other and they will be fighting each other one-on-one, or be being at each other's throats, which is really interesting. That's the only thing that sort of threw me off about this issue. Other than that, I like how they are actually making somebody who was a victim from the whole entire Darkseid story arc and turning him into a villain, which is really interesting. And like I said, I like his powers, of how now all of them are able to see the spirits of their past and, grief about them. And like I said, it could potentially build up to the fall of the Justice League as their feelings get fluctuated. Like Wonder Woman, her feelings got fluctuated for Steve Trevor, and I know I didn't really like it as much as she got really upset about it, and she threw a whole uproar and overreacted and stuff like that. I didn't sort of like that. That was just me. But other than that, if we see all the other League members feeling this way, potentially they're going to be outbursting at each other, saying like, you don't know my family, you don't know my past, you weren't there, and it's going to hurt. But I'll show you how they actually started the fight. I was actually surprised because I was skimming through the page, because when I was at work I was looking at the comic and I was just skimming through. And so basically we see here Wonder Woman's being stopped by Green Lantern, and she's just telling him that we need to do this together, not as, like a solo mission. And of course Wonder Woman gets really upset and says like, I'm gonna do this on my own, and smacks, Hal Jordan in the face. Maybe some people might want to like to see this, get to see Hal Jordan get smacked in the face by Wonder Woman. But yes, this is the reason why they start fighting, and afterwards, Green Lantern flies off and, basically tackles Wonder Woman, and then, later on Superman, gets in the way and says stop. But of course Wonder Woman, still upset, doesn't want to stop, and we have another 2-page spread of her kicking Superman in the face. Okay, yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, it's interesting to see them start fighting with one another, but the matter of fact that it's Wonder Woman and it was over Steve Trevor, I felt like it could be handled a bit differently. That's just me, okay? That's really my opinion. Maybe some people actually did like it, that she was upset at the whole Steve Trevor thing and she overreacted in fighting the whole entire group. Now, I think the most interesting one would be if Superman got really pissed off, but we know Superman is a Boy Scout, but and also for Aquaman to be the one to settle down everybody, settle down Green Lantern and Wonder Woman together, to see Aquaman doing that, like I said, Aquaman shouldn't be, underestimated. He is a good superhero through his run of the comic books right now in the New 52. He is a good superhero. He has a good storyline going for him, and for him to do this, and going off on a tangent here, he also had an old team together. So to see maybe the team falling apart reminds him of the old team that he used to be with, because you know, before it was really old. Okay, it's really old. So yeah, I mean, I just read the issue for Aquaman, so I'll talk more about that later. But I'm just sort of tying it in this issue. But yeah, so far it's okay. I just, like I said, I didn't really like the whole Wonder Woman outburst. But other than that, everything's great. The Shazam storyline's going good. I can't wait to see Billy Batson as Shazam or Captain Marvel. I know his name is changed to Shazam, and I know some people are disappointed about it. But what can you do? This is the New 52, and you know, sometimes there's some things we don't like about the New 52, but we just don't have to deal with it, and I'm sorry about that. But yeah, other than that, it was a great issue. I actually rated a 4 out of 5. But let me know what you guys thought about Wonder Woman's outburst, because that's just, like I said, it's just only my opinion, but I really do want to know how you guys felt about it. Like, do you think it could have been handled differently? Would you have liked to see some other hero actually, you know, outbursting instead of Wonder Woman? Who would you have liked to see? I don't know. That's just my question for you, because as I was reviewing this, I was trying to find something that I didn't like about this issue, and all in all, the issue was great, giving more backstory to the villain, and so on and so on. It was just the Wonder Woman outburst that sort of threw me off. But let me know down in the comments below how you thought about this issue, or, you know, whatever. But yeah, thanks for watching, and hopefully you guys like and enjoy this review, and hope you found it helpful, and I'll see you guys later. So see you guys.